OK。はい、おはようございます。レイシンです。下見ながら読みながら下見ながら挨拶するなって話なんですけどね。はい。皆さんおはようございます。今日はですね、こちらのフラッフィーストアの続きをやっていきたいと思います。本来ですね、先週からこちらの、2チャプターぐらい進む予定だったんですけどね、一応、急な用事があってできなかったっていうことなので、今日はね、時間が許す次第か、自分の余裕次第で、長めになっちゃうかもしれないし、いつも通りになっちゃうかもしれないです。お月さんおはようございます。来てくださってありがとうございます。そして今日はですね、今日もこちらのフラッフィーストアはですね、一応日本語の声があって、日本語の字幕っていうかテキストもあるんですが、読めない漢字を避けるために、英語でやらして、英語の読み上げがメインになっております。はい。Okay, so we'll be continuing Fluffy Story again today, and I was actually going to continue this like from last week because I was planning to do this like every week, every Sunday morning, but last Sunday I had like a sudden thing going on, so I couldn't do it. So yeah, depending on the time and whether or not I'm still able to yeah, depending on that, it might be a little bit longer than usual, or it might be just the same as the other ones. はい。そんな感じでね、今日は早速読んでいきたいと思います。ビジュアルノベル系なのでね、遊ぶというより、読むかな正しいのが。Because it's a visual novel, I don't think you can actually say that I am playing it, even though it is a game. But I guess I'll just say that. Let's start reading it again today. はい。じゃあ今からはね、英語メインで読んでいきたいと思います。Summer was about to end with a gradual reduction in the air temperature. The small town continued to receive more tourists, and our convenience store was thriving. Surely today would be a beautiful day as well. Therefore, I got up early to prepare breakfast in the kitchen with gusto. Gusto? 急ぐ。
今日の朝ごはんは何ですか？私も手伝いましょうか？
キャラクターのセリフはこちらのね、日本語の声がありますので、そっちは当てないで普通に、声で。よいしょ。これにして。おんちゃん、いらっしゃい。selamat pagi。来てくださってありがとうございます。今日はね、こちらのフラッフィーストアの続きをやっていこうと思ってます。Morning, why did you get up so early?
少し暑くて、目が覚めたら眠れなくなっちゃったんです。
We're having cold noodles today. Could you help me take the plates and bowls to the table, please?
また麺ですか？たまには違うものを食べたいです。
Why do you sound like Cherry? 確かにね、主人公、一応このフラッフィーストアの主人公は男の人で、このコンビニの店長を やっているっていう設定ですね。まあ、ストーリーっていうか設定じゃなくて。
種に交われば赤くなり、墨に染まれば黒くなるってことじゃないですか？
今のことわざ？While the parent is making fun of me, she follows my instructions by laying the plates and bowls for everyone on the table. Don't expect too much. I'm not a chef and I don't know how to make any other dish. Well, we should wake Puff and Cherry up for breakfast. そう、嫌じゃないな。に、赤割れば赤くなる。ことわざじゃあことわざなのかな？うろ覚えだけど。なるほど。そんな感じなんだ。Should I learn how to cook? No, I probably wouldn't have the time for that. ちょっと待ってね。さっきの、こっちの英語の方はね、ことわざじゃないね。普通のセリフ。まあそういう雰囲気の伝え方も違うか。ね。もしかしたらことわざにしたら伝わらないかもしれないしね。
プリン、もう起きてたの？道理でベッドが広いと思ったわ。
広い？一人でベッドを占領するだけじゃ足らずに、私のベッドにまで足がはみ出してきてたのに。
Sure, are you an octopus? Do you live in Rioka? A fictitious place in the Pacific where an entity taking the form of a giant octopus. ライエかなこれ読み方。なんかクトゥルフに関わる場所らしいですね。よいしょ。まあ、そっか。クトゥルフってあれか。なんかそういうタコみたいな見た目なのか。なるほど。
ルルイエって何よ？寝てたんだからしょうがないじゃない。
Cher's face turns red. She looks down and slurps her noodles to hide her embarrassment. やっぱり誰かが喋ってる時に、この他のキャラクターたちが、例えばこのプリンとかね、目線がね、こっちに向いてるんですよ。これがめちゃめちゃ細かくて好き。
どうせ、プリンを起こしたのもチェリーなんでしょ？
それだけってわけじゃないよ。
ほら、こっち。今、この、シュークリームだっけ？日本だと。シュークリームじゃに返事をしているから、目線がこっちに向いてる。これがめちゃめちゃ好き。単純に動かしてるわけじゃなくて、キャラクターがなんか、こっちに向いてる、あっちに向いてるみたいな感じがあって、すごいなと思って。Percy, hello, selamat pagi. 来てくださってありがとうございます。Hari ini lanjutin Fluffy Store, jadi mostly bakal pakai English buat baca teksnya. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Yoisho. After breakfast, they begin their work for the day. Since everyone is familiar with their respective rules, I don't have to worry about the store anymore. I proceed to sort out the piles of boxes in Grandpa's room. Hopefully I can make some progress soon. I fumble around for the light switch and step inside. The wooden boxes are lying at one corner. Then I move and open each box. Some of them are filled with all sorts of strange items, while others contain yellowed pieces of paper and old books. I retrieve one of the yellowed books at random. It seems to be describing something about yin yang and fortune telling. I put the book aside before flipping through the others. Most of them describe the relationship between heaven and humans. So far, I haven't found anything about Cherry and the rest. After reading through a number of books and piling them on one side, I discovered a diary that describes the author's adventures around the world to subdue all kinds of monsters. This diary belongs to my ancestors. 今ね、ご先祖様のダイアリー、日記を読んでいるらしいですね。そのご先祖様はどうやらなんか、陰陽師みたいな。だから、世界中を回って化け物と言われるものを、退治というか封印している感じですね。で、このさっき3人の女の子がなんか耳がついているみたいなんですけど、なんかね、その3人は、風鈴から出てきて、その風鈴はどうやら風鈴に書かれてる文字がデーモンから守るものだから、なんていうか、その3人はもしかしたら、昔は、悪霊とか化け物扱いだったかもしれないっていうストーリーでしたね。だから今はその風鈴から、解放することを、方法を探しているみたいですね。I flip through a few pages. Suddenly, an entry catches my attention. Oh? I asked everyone together in the living room after we had closed the store for the night. Today I found this item in my grandpa's room. It seems to have something to do with all of you. Would you like to read it? みんなに関係するもの。I put the diary on the table. The three girls exchanged glances at one another in apprehension. Finally, Cherry forces a smile.
プリンが見てみて。
なんかもしかしたら本当に辛い過去だったのかもしれないね。They could actually have some sort of painful past. I don't know. Putting back the diary and flips through the pages.
正月2日、朝、餃子を食べる。
餃子？
Oh? Nothing here. Look at the back. But obediently turns a few pages and reads out that part.
正月5日、朝、餃子を作った。1070文を持って、みかん2個を買い。
また餃子？
Go further to the back. Skip these pages with the dumplings.
正月17日、朝、粥を作る。
やっと餃子じゃなくなったわね。
ずっと食べ物の方を読んでるな。Skip anything you say about food.
西洋の国々を旅し、ベルンという都市を訪れる。
ちょっと待ってね。これ、こんな大きいか。BGM 多くない？オッケー。キャラの声も。はい、こんな感じ。一旦、もう一回、読ませてあげて。
西洋の国々を旅し、ベルンという都市を訪れる。
ベルン？
にわかに喧騒が起こり、駆けつけたところ、狐の妖怪を見つけた。その恐ろしい姿に、皆恐れて命を落とすほどだった。
Pudding begins to read the article slowly.
死者は1000人にまで及んだ。
Purin closes the book after reading that part. Then she shuts her eyes in deep thought. This anchor gave a concise account of the Elder's adventure in a distant place. Back then, monsters were terrorizing the townsfolk. The panic didn't go away even though the Elder had already subdued the monsters. People told on each other as demons, and thousands died in the catastrophe. In addition, it described 3 monsters in vivid detail. A fox, a rabbit, and a bear. They were consistent with Cherry, Purin, and Puff's features.
狐の妖怪、私のこと？死者が1000人にまで及んだ。
Cherry shakes her tail sadly.
何も思い出せないです。
Purin is also shaking her head.
なるほどね。
Puff takes the diary and reads it impassively for a while. Fumojikaさんいらっしゃい。来てくださってありがとうございます。Selamat pagi. ハニーなるほど。
ベルン。
ベルン。あ、引っかかった、それで。Then she gives the book to Cherry. The fox girl looks over it carefully.
ふむ。
Cherry is nodding and reading the diary at the same time. Then she bursts into laughter for some reason.
何が書いてあるのか全然読めないわ。
Oh. She becomes quiet afterwards.
ごめんなさい。
Why are you saying sorry all of a sudden? 喋るの難しいですな。
ここに書かれてる妖怪って私たちのことなんだよね。
そんな過去があったなんてまだ信じられないけど。
Cherry and Purin lowered their heads glumly.
なら風鈴に閉じ込められても仕方ないね。
Puff remarks with a smile, but she has a distant look in her eye. Don't say that. I feel upset. The 3 of them look so adorable. They hardly resemble those terrifying monsters. The diary gave a vague account. It didn't say how the monsters harmed the townsfolk. I take the book from Cherry. Besides, it said those thousands of deaths were caused by people feeling threatened and they told on one another. In other words, the problem didn't arise from the monsters or any of you, it started from people.
でも
But it...
私たちがいなければ誰も疑い合わずに済んだんじゃない？
True, you might have started it, but all of you were imprisoned inside the wind chime long before things got worse.
店長、慰めはいい。風鈴に閉じ込められていた事実がある以上、これが私たちの過去であることに変わりない。
あらいろはにポテトさんで失礼します。はい、デイリーありがとうございます。来てくださってありがとうございます。Nevertheless, the disaster wouldn't have taken place if those people back then had done a thorough check on you. これ難しい、この、thorough 読めない、これは。
そうは言っても、自分たちと違うものとちゃんと向き合うことなんてできないでしょ。
Says who? I have already seen things for myself, haven't I?
店長は友達もいないし説得力ない。
感動というか、こんな状況でディスるな。Since you could retort so freely, it shows that you have checked on me just like I have checked on you, right? Besides, the diary said the 3 of you have been creating trouble. I didn't notice anything like that after living together with you for so long, even though you might be stupid at times.
何よ、店長の方がドジでバカじゃない。本当の私なんて見たことないくせに。
Cherry looks a bit more realized. Aren't you the real one now? Oh, I see. Is that what I think?
店長、変な目で見ないでよね。もう呆れた。ついに本性を表したわね。
Cherry covers her chest Ashes consciously and steps back. Since the three of you are so cute, I don't believe you would hurt anyone.
するつもりあるけど、
お
今すぐ店長を引きずり回したい。
怖い怖い怖い。Buff raises her arms and clenches her fists. Don't, I'm wrong.
さすが店長ですね。店長のよくわからない話を聞いてたらなんだかほっとしました。
すごいな。Pudding smiles in relief. Yeah, that's because I look as good as buying it. A remarkably handsome man. なるほど。怖いよ。確かにね。引きずりたいって。まあそういう、なんだか、そういうジョークをやる、ジョークのやりとりをやるらしいですね、この4人は。I fiddle with my hair. そういう読み方？
キモい。何よその動き。似合わないからやめてくれる？
店長は殴られるギリギリのラインを行ったり来たりしてる。こういうのをド M って言うんだよね。
この BGM でやるやりとりじゃないな。You don't do this, talk with this BGM. It just doesn't fit.
店長はド M だよね。
Where did you learn that word? どこから覚えた？
ベッドの下にあった本で。
Stop reading.
どうして？チェリーとプリンも読んでるのに。
おー、店長の隠し本を読んじゃったのが。
文字ばかり書いてあるのが本だと思ってましたけど、絵ばっかりの本もあるんですね。
ひどい言われようね。まあ、なんかそういう、なんだっけ、ラブコメでいそうなセリフというかやりとりではありますね。
あの絵みたいな人って本当にいるの？シュークリームよりおっぱいが大きいなんて。
いやだからこの BGM でやるやりとりじゃない。この BGM でやる会話じゃない。Of course not. Stop reading those books. There is nothing to learn at all. 一応消えたし。Demons can bring disaster and this object is to guard against them. じゃあ一旦ね、さっきの話をもうちょっと説明しておくと、その日記を、ご先祖様の日記を読んでいたら、さっきのね、この3人が実は、なぜ封印されているのかっていうのが書かれてあって、で、まあ、だからこの BGM が流れてたんだけど、その、大昔は、この主人公のご先祖様がベルンと呼ばれる、まあ、北の国に行って、そこで、その3人、だから、キツネの妖怪と、なんだっけ、ウサギの妖怪と、クマの妖怪があって、その3人がなんかみんなに、こう、怖がられて、で、それで、封印しちゃったんだよね。その、ご先祖様が。怖がられちゃったので。ただその、封印した後でも、争いだからみんながまだ怖がってるし、だからお互いこう、争い合って、結局その3人のせいじゃなくて、その人たちが、争い合うせいで死んじゃった、多くの犠牲が、出たっていうのが、その日記に書かれてあったんだよね。で、それを読んだ後に、なんていうか、みんな、だからこの私たち3人が、 そもそも怖がられているからみんなが争ってるんでしょって言ってるんだよね。だからまあ、こう、自分が、こう、風鈴に封印されてる理由を、受けてしまうみたいな感じでしたね。で、それの、めちゃめちゃ、重い空気を、まあ、軽くするためみたいな感じで、この主人公が、意味不明なことを言って、で、そのやりとりをやっていたら、さっきのひどい言われようの、嵐が続くっていう感じでしたね。OK。じゃあ続けていきましょう。Let's continue again. Sorry, I was explaining the plot in Japanese. Okay. I'm lying in bed, muttering to myself while staring at the ceiling. Everyone feared for their lives. Yes, I had quite a scare when those animal girls stumbled down from the wind chime back then. However, they seemed like helpless children with nowhere to go, so I couldn't possibly leave them to their fates. Otherwise, it would break my conscience. Feeling restless, I decided to read that diary again. I still have no idea the exact nature of their wrongs. I can't determine what actually happened by reading that brief journal entry alone. The author only wrote a few hundred words to describe such a major event. The other entries only talk about mundane stuff, such as eating and sleeping. だからさっきのどうしてこの BGM を選んだっていうあつけさんの質問は、まあ、さっきのね、実はそういうシリアスなトークがあったっていうことですね。I flipped through the pages only to discover that many of them are incomplete. Some have even been torn off. Since you recorded the event, you should provide some more details. The account is so vague that we can't learn anything from it. Must you write so much about eating dumplings? 確かに日記のほとんどが、まあ、なんていうか、今日は、お餅を食べたとか、肉まんを食べたとか、まあ、適当な、ね、何かを食べる日記みたいなんだけど、さっきの、封印した話だけ、まあ、コンプリートというか完全ではないけど、説明してくれる。ただ、本当にどういう風にみんなに怖がられていたのか、それとも、なんというか、本当にみんなが、怖いだけ、なんていうか、ずっとその見た目のまんまなのに、みんなが人間じゃないっていうだけで怖がられているのか、そういうのがね、言われてないので、あんまり当てにならないってことでした。Okay, じゃあ、over the next few days, the three of them acted as if they hadn't read the diary. Pudding and Cherry would occasionally look depressed whenever the stop didn't have any customers though. Without any further clues, I had no idea what to say to them. Today, Puff is spacing out near a stack of goods when I check on the storage area. Puff, what are you looking at? I go over to her.
店長
How's the stock?
今なんて
Puff seems absent-minded. ずっとぼーっとしてたね。I said, how's our stock in the warehouse?
飲み物はあまり売れなくなったけど、前回仕入れたシュークリームは人気みたい。お菓子もよく売れてる。
Okay. She's staring blankly like a dummy again after answering me. やっぱりみんな考え事してるね。Shall we all go out for a stroll this afternoon?
わかった。
Oh, she gives her answer without thinking through my suggestion at all. I mean, shall we go out together? I repeat my question while scratching my head.
私たちも
も This time, Puff's eyes pop wide open to confirm on something. Yeah, culture and pudding, let's go together. Close the store, let's go out for a walk.
どうしたの？なんで急に？
そうですよ。今日はすごく順調だったのに。
Everyone deserves a break since we haven't had some time off for a long time. Anyway, it's lunchtime already.
店長、私たちなら大丈夫ですから。
Oh. No, we've got nothing to lose if we just close the store for half a day. Right, even if we close down the store for good, the three of you are worth far more to me. まあ。
いいんですか？
まあ。It's alright, go and change. Cherry looks outside. She seems to have some reservations. やっぱり昨日の日記で、こう、考え事しちゃってるね。でもさっき店長が言ってた言葉結構あれだで結構すごかったね。すごかったっていうか感動的。このコンビニをずっと閉店したとしても、この3人の方がずっと大切だからって言ってたね。すごい。Let's go. You aren't pleased even though you have some time off? Oh. After lunch, I step out of the store to dismantle the animal ears on the notice board before putting them away. Then I place a closed signboard at the door. We're walking side by side on the ocean streets. Although summer isn't really over yet, the bustling commercial district already has that autumn mood. 秋の、もうすぐ秋の季節がやってきましたね。このゲームの中は。Every boutique window has summer clothing sales posters at their most prominent positions, as if the shopkeepers are worried that shoppers could miss it. The three of them are still checking out every shop's windows, but they aren't as enthusiastic as before.
商店街の雰囲気、変わったね。
そうね。夏が終わりに近いせいかも。
夏も終わりか。なんだかあっという間だったわね。
Kobe, hello, selamat pagi. Normally, Cherry is the most lively one among them. Now she's walking quietly beside me without skipping around, unlike the last time she was here. Min na genki nai ne. Right, you should buy some autumn wear for yourselves.
今？まだお金準備できてないし。
前回買ったばっかりでしょ。今度にしよう。
買うにしても自分たちで買いますから。
But in autumn wear such as coats, jackets, and sweaters can be quite expensive. You might not be able to afford them with your salary.
へえ、毎日一生懸命働いてるのに、コートの一着も買えないんだ。
Puff gives a meaningful look. No. I quickly deny it. Look, prices of clothes are entirely dependent on the amount of fabric. That is one of the deciding factors, though. Autumn wear is thicker than summer wear. Suppose we have both types of clothing from the same brand. Autumn wear is always more expensive than summer wear. That's what I mean.
私が言いたいこと分かってるくせに、そうやってすぐ話をそらす。
そうですよ。そうやって言い繕ってみたところで、私たちが3ヶ月働いてもコートすら買えないことは事実なんですから。
でも確かに3ヶ月働いてコートを買えないのはさすがにちょっとな。
店長はいつもそうよ。重たい話題を避けて変な理屈ばっかり話してさ。そうなんじゃ説得力ないわよね。
The mood between us has lightened a bit compared to earlier. Now I can have a sigh of relief. Why do I feel relieved whenever they make fun of me? Don't tell me I remember. なるほど。バカにされるとホッとするはさすがに、まあ、M の可能性はなくはないですね。主人公。We wander around the commercial district for some time before coming to the park we visited the other time. With summer coming to an end, the place has really changed since midsummer. The willow tree leaves are greener and the lake seemed a bit shallower, and the stones have emerged from the water surface like kids playing tricks. As we walk slowly along the small stone path, the grass, still green in shade, has formed tufts in the gaps of the trail, giving off a pleasant feel. The girls are walking and chatting ahead, moving carefully through the stone blocks without stepping on the grass. I quietly follow them. Since the wind chime is binding them, we can't be too far apart. The artifact may be working as a curse for them, but without it, could I stay that close to them? What am I thinking? That's too selfish. I return to myself only to see Puddin leaning against a railing in front. The other two are nowhere to be seen. I hurry over to her. Oh. Sampo desu ne. Sampo no jikan. She's gazing at the orange sky with her back against the metallic railing. Where are they?
向こうの林の中ですよ。私はここで店長を待ってたんです。
Oh, since they can't move too far away, I'll rest here too. It's been a long time since I last walked such a distance. I lean against the railing and relax my shoulders. The sun is still glaring even though it's about to go down the horizon.
店長、本当のことを話してくれますか？
Yes?
店長はどれが私たちの本当の姿だと思いますか？今の私たちか、それとも日記に記されていた妖怪の姿か。
I know you are still bothered by the diary.
気にしていないと言ったら嘘になります。
Honestly, I did have an inkling that your actual form might be completely different from now. Otherwise, I wouldn't have shown you the diary. I thought it could jog your memories. But it didn't work after all. Perhaps you have already forgotten everything.
もしあの日記の妖怪が私たちの本当の姿だったら、店長は怖いですか？
Yeah, but since you have already forgotten everything, then stop dwelling on the past. Live in the present moment so that I won't feel scared either. なるほど。
そうですか。
Of course, the three of your kid kind and greet all our customers with a smile every day now. I don't have that disposition.
可愛くて優しい子。なんだか店長のことを言ってるみたい。
She murmurs. Come on, it's embarrassing.
店長だっていつも私たちに言ってるじゃないですか。
なにこっそりデート中？
プリン、これあげる。
デート。
綺麗なお花。
お。いいねいいね。おー。Cherry and Puff emerged from the grove with a small flower on their hair. Puff is even putting a flower on Puddin's hair for her. They seem to be in a good mood.
店長、次は私とデートしましょう。
デート。こうしてこう。All of you can't be too far away from me. I can't possibly go on such a date even if I want that.
デートなんてしてないよ。日記の話をしてただけ。
あ
Cherry and Puff turned somber on reading that we were talking about the
あ、
diary.
どんな話をしてたの？
Nothing much. Well, you shouldn't take that diary to heart. After all, that thing occurred centuries ago, and you have already forgotten about it, so treat it as something that didn't happen at all. Look at your present life as a new beginning.
それだけ？
That's all. それだけだね。さっきのは。
じゃあ店長はこれからどうするの？
Puff asked that question while turning away to look at the sunset.
風鈴のこともなかったことにする？
Of course not. I'll continue to look into the wind chime. まあ、風鈴のことはね、さすがに封印されてるから、そのまんまだと、まあ、不便なので、ね、どういう、解放する方法というか、それは探さないといけないね。I also tried to watch the sunset. The orange glow is fading gradually.
恐ろしい妖怪だって分かってもこんな日々を続けるの？
Yes, I trust my own judgment. 自分の結論を信じる。
でも
ね、
日記が本当なら何か恐ろしい力を持ってるかもしれないのに。
風鈴の呪いを解いたら私たちも覚醒して店長を傷つけるかも。
We'll see when that day comes. I can't possibly wrong you over something that hasn't happened yet.
そんな状況になったら店長はまな板の上の恋じゃない。
店長はひ弱だから熊の妖怪に叩き潰されそうになって怯えてると思う。
I'm not scared because I have always been your boss. You think I don't know my assistants well? 多分それ、
店長だって死んじゃうかもしれないですよ。
まあね。All of you aren't monsters who can kill me anytime. We are just three cute girls. まあ今の場合だと確かにね、化け物というより、単純に獣耳の女の子たちですよね。
うぬぼれすぎ。
その根拠のない自信はどこから湧いてくるのかしら。
How are you going to convince other people if you don't believe in yourself?
また店長のへりくつが始まりましたね。
What do you mean crook reasoning? Anyway, don't worry. I'll find a way to free you from the wind
で
chime.
もさ、探さなくてもいいよ。
日が昇ったり沈んだりするみたいに今の普通の生活が続けていけるならそれでいい。
はい、私も今のままで満足です。
Why won't you believe me? I will definitely find a way.
いいって言ってるのに言葉通じてるの？
店長怒ってる？
Oh? No, I want to do it from the bottom of my heart. I will set everyone free.
店長、本気みたいですね。
Right, even if all of you are really monsters and did something horrifying as described in the diary, ちょっと待って、押しちゃうな。It took place so long ago. The past shouldn't be your burden for life. I'm not like most people when I'm serious. そういうムキになるところはみんなと同じなんだよな。
だから髪の毛いじるのやめなさいよ。バカっぽいわよ。
半額でしたっけ？
半額じゃなくて店長が言ってたのは確かジョコ
How come you can remember all that stuff? またこれ始まってやったよ。The sun slowly descends, extending our shadows like a magician. Under that evening sun's yellow hue, the four of us are enjoying our carefree time our carefree time here, like kids who forgot to return home while playing outside. さっきの会話がなんかちょっとフラグな感じするな。違うかな。They return to their usual selves after that mood-boosting trip to the park. Looks like they have come to their senses. Now they handle most of the work at the store, such that I have more time to investigate. Let's hope I can keep my promise and find a way to break the spell on the wind chime. I need to check the stock today, so I head directly to the warehouse from Grandpa's room. Puff is muttering to herself with a notebook in hand. What are you mumbling about?
店長、びっくりした。足音も立てずに入ってくるなんて、もしかして店長って猫年生まれ？
No, you were too absorbed. 猫年生まれの人って足音ないとかそういう感じの関係ってある？
そっか。
What are you doing?
この前仕入れたチョコを数えてたんだけど、数が合わなくて、一箱多いみたい。
一箱。Let me see. I take the delivery order from Puff before counting the number of boxes on the shelf. You're right, we have one extra box.
数日前に卸問屋のお兄さんが配達に来たんだけど、私ちょうど手が離せなくって、お兄さんも商品を卸したら挨拶だけしてすぐに帰っていったの。いつも配達に来てくれる人だったから、今回も大丈夫だと思って、私もちゃんと確認してなかった。まさか間違えてたなんて。
猫年はそもそもないのね。ないんだ。あ、ないから足音がないとかそういう感じ。いや、さすがにそれじゃないな。Never mind, that was just a small mistake. I'll tell the wholesaler. I take out my cell phone to call that person. Hello, is that Mr. Lee? I'm Lin Jiang from Lin's convenience store. Why, hello there, Mr. Lin. What's up? Your man delivered an extra box of chocolate to my store a few days ago. What should I do about it? I see. A few days ago, my delivery man told me he was short of one box of chocolates. I thought he made a mistake. I'm really sorry. We weren't paying attention when he delivered to us. We didn't notice this discrepancy either. No, it's our fault. I'll send someone to take it back shortly. I moved my cell phone away from my mouth and glanced at Puff. The wholesaler will send someone to take it back shortly. Go and prepare the stuff you need to return.
最近チョコがよく売れるから、今補充するところだった。これが最後の一箱。
In that case... なるほど。I moved the cell phone back to my ear. Here's the situation. Chocolates have been selling rather well at my store lately. If you have enough of those in stock, how about putting the box on my tab first? You can take it that we have ordered another box. Then you won't have to go all the trouble to come here and take it back. Okay, that also works. Sorry for any inconvenience, Mr. Lin. I hang up afterwards. 13番目のゴールだったので、12時に入れたかったの。13番目のゴール？なんだっけ、年の、なんだっけ、なんていうか、それ、種類というか、それが実は、本当はあるはずだったんだけど、ないみたいな。We've purchased the extra box. Remember to record it on the inventory movement list later.
わかった。
Bob lowers her head and begins to write on her book, not box.
そうだ。最近チョコ以外もよく売れるから在庫が少ない商品がたくさんある。あとうちに置いてない商品を欲しがる人もいるみたい。
I see. Show me the most recent inventory movement list a bit later. I'll figure out how much to purchase.
もうまとめてある。
Oh, you should. Puff flips through her book while saying it. Eventually, she shows me a page. You've thought of everything. Oh, she's collated the sales numbers and even provided me some purchasing recommendations.
私の仕事だから。
Oh, so 結婚してて。
変な冗談言ってるとボコボコにするよ。
そうだね。Sorry, I won't do that again.
次は指輪を用意してからにして。
OK するんかい。Okay, I'll buy it when my store has made enough money. I'm going out to order the stock this afternoon then. Help me look after the store. 普通に結婚の冗談してるんじゃん。I entered the convenience store through a small door. In the distance, Puddin is serving a few customers at the checkout counter. I wait until the customers have left before I go there.
何か用事ですか？
I'm going out to order some new stock this afternoon. Help me look after the store while I'm away. おっと。画面外押しちゃうんだよね、これ。
わかりました。そういえば、チェリーから聞いたんですけど、資料の調査、あんまりはかどってないみたいですね。
Yeah, it's hard to read them because they are written in an ancient language.
私も前に読んだとき、頭が痛くなりました。
Puddin is
す
giggling.
ごく回りくどい言い方だったりして、理解しづらいですよね。
I wish I had spent more time in learning that ancient language at middle school.
こんなこと予測できるわけないですし、しょうがないですよ。
Somehow it feels as if my life as a student for more than a decade is not helping at all.
そんなことないですよ。店長がたくさん努力したこと、私は知ってますから。
Puddin understands me so well that I feel a little awkward. Puddin, that's really kind of you. Someday I hope I can have a wife like you. なんか店長なんかみんなに告白してません？
お嫁さん。
まあそりゃそうでしょ。Puddin blushes at
まっ
once.
たく調子いいんだから。さっきはシュークリームにも同じようなこと言ってたじゃない。
ほら。Cherry interrupts our conversation.
そういうことですか。
急に。これ好きだな。
そういうことですか。
Puddin suddenly sounds cold. Cherry, aren't you supposed to be near the door? How come you could hear it?
地獄耳なのよ。
Cherry's ears twitch proudly.
店長みたいなクズ男、シュークリームにボコボコにされればいいのに。
まあそうですよね。Aren't you being too harsh? What happened to the kind Puddin I talked to
いらっ
earlier?
しゃいませ。
A customer enters our store.
クソじゃなかった。店長はどこかへ行っててください。店長がいたらお客 客さんに失礼です。
めちゃめちゃひどい言われよう。まあ自業自得ではありますね。今のは。I have no choice but to turn around and leave. Meanwhile, that customer's voice rings out from behind. Oh. あ、ちょっと待って。席出ました。Wow, a girl with animal ears. I didn't expect to see such a natural form of cosplay here. It's simply like paradise.
何かお探しですか？
Oh. Could I touch your ear and your tail?
ちょっと。
触ろう。
私の体は商品じゃないわよ。
Cherry is joking with the customer. Yes, sorry. May I take a photo with
も
you?
ちろん。50元以上買い物してくれたらね。
I see. Okay, if I spend 100, may I take a photo with that girl at the checkout counter too?
それはレジにいる彼女に聞いてみて。
Aha, bravo. I glance over my shoulder at Cherry. She proudly gives me a thumbs up before pointing at the bottle of wine in the cabinet nobody has bought so far. Why does that girl long for the bottle of wine so much? Yoいしょ。あ、落としちゃうんだ。When I arrive at the wholesaler, their staff are hard at work with lots of boxes around them. They seem to be unloading things. The wholesaler is with them too. Mr. Lee, good afternoon. Oh, it's you, Mr. Lin. You're here so soon? What do you need this time? Yeah, business has been brisk lately. Here's the list of items I need. I hand him the purchase order. Okay, give me a few minutes. The wholesaler takes the list, reads through it, and enters his store. By the way, I need to change some items on the purchase order. For the cola, I'd like to add... I suddenly remember the cold drinks have been selling really well lately. And it's not because of those 3 greedy imps. With this thought, I hurry after the wholesaler. Oh, Mr. Lin? Ah, nakayarakas chatta. Ouch. It took me a while to regain my senses. Seems I tripped on a container. Are you okay? Oh, 転んじゃったか. I tried to stand up, but my ankle hurts badly. Ow. I end up sitting on the floor again because my feet can't support my weight. Did you twist your ankle? Maybe. Let me see. Oh no, I'll call the ambulance. Sorry, I was too careless. 転んじゃって。
本物のバカですね。
転んじゃってあれか。なんだっけ。足つっちゃったのか。
ほんと。自分からつまずいて転ぶなんて。
店長はたまにドジやるし、これも想定内。
The next day, I get up and open the door with some assistance from my crutch. 3 heads have lined up at the doorway, leading me to step back in fright. What are all of you doing
お
here?
腹減った。店長、早くご飯作って。
Ever since the wholesaler's assistants helped me back yesterday, the 3 of them have been laughing at me, despite their initial shock. I have no choice but to accept it quietly. What an embarrassment. You expect me to cook when I'm in this state? Let's arrange a food delivery. Fortunately, they arrive quickly nowadays. Otherwise, the 3 girls might starve to death.
そのくらいで治
My injury isn't serious, but I need a crutch for a week. Moving around isn't exactly convenient either.
たかが捻挫で松葉杖だなんて、店長ってば本当にやわなんだから。
Nonsense! Do you know it could take 100 days to recover from a serious tendon
じ
injury?
ゃ、人間がやわってことね。
こんなに弱いのに私たちを守れるの？
I don't rely on my strength to protect you. I rely on this part. I point at my head. I'd rather depend on my wits than my strength.
とにかく店長がむやみにふらついて人目を汚すことがなくなってよかったです。
みんなひどいな、ずっと。Pudding, you really learn to be mean. 確かにみんなひどいことを言うようになりましたね。まあ最初はあれだけど、最初はプリンは何もね、そういうことは言ってないんだけど、まあそういう、なんていうか、仲良くなったって証として捉えちゃってもいいような、よくないような。I have to depend on others now that I'm practically crippled with an injured leg. Still, I have more time to read these old books because of it. I'm usually mumbling to myself with a dictionary on ancient Chinese characters I bought online in my left hand, and one of the old books in my right hand, inside a dimly lit room like a mystic casting a spell whenever Cherry and the rest went to me there. If only I had read more. I sighed while flipping through a
今
page.
さら頭の出来は変わらないからな。
よいしょ。Cherry pops her head through the doorway. Oh, Cherry, how's the store?
順調よ。店長はどうなの？
I can't find anything useful at
う
all.
わ、まだこんなにあるの？
Cherry points at the pile of books I've sorted in one corner. That is the amount of books I read at high school.
高校？なんか大変そうね。
Yeah, at high school I had to place the books vertically on my desk, otherwise there was no room for them.
それでも知識が足りないの？
I studied engineering in university, so it has been quite a struggle for me to decipher all these ancient Chinese texts. Honestly, they look like books from heaven. Would you like to try reading it?
なんだかお店に戻りたくなってきたし、遠慮しておくわ。
逃げたね。Cherry sticks out her tongue before leaving. I sigh at the pile of books. I wonder if my father has read them before. Should I ask him? I look around the entire room with frustration. Suddenly, I notice one of the wooden boxes has an old piece of paper wedged under the lid. What's this? Oh, right, some pages in the diary were torn off. Is that one of them? Oh, なんか破られた日記の一部かな? I retrieved my crutch before limping across to take that item. The paper doesn't seem to be torn from the diary because it is a complete one, and the handwriting is even harder to read. 日記のものじゃないんだ。Although I find it strange, what is done is done. If I simply release them, the townsfolk could hate me. Thus, I leave it up to my descendants. What do they mean? I can't make head or tail of it. I open the wooden box, hoping to find a clue.
店長、こんなところで寝てたんですか？
I scratched my head in embarrassment because I didn't expect myself to fall asleep on the wooden box. 寝たの？さっきので。 Pudding glances at the old book in my hand.
まだ読んでたんですね。そろそろご飯にしませんか？
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cherry and Puff are already seated at the table.
プリン、店長の匂いを嗅いでみてよ。カビ臭いんじゃない？
店長はもともと湿っぽいからカビ臭いのは当たり前でしょ。
あんなカビ臭い部屋で寝てたんだから、もうカビが生えてるかもしれないわね。
Shut up and eat. The food is getting cold. Hey, this isn't from a food delivery. Who made tonight's dinner?
プリンが作った。
Oh. Pudding, you know how to use the kitchen appliances?
ボタンを一つ一つ試して使えるようになりました。
Oh. It's even better than the stuff from food deliveries. Pudding, you're so nice.
そうやって褒めたって私店長に惚れたりしませんからね。
Pudding blushes and lowers her
本気で
hand.
言ってるんでしょうね。
Oh? Cherry is looking at me with contempt. Of course, the gods can attest to it.
実は私が作ってて、プリンに嘘を言わせただけだったらどうなのよ。
Oh? Well, I put the bowl down before looking at Cherry intently. Just so I tasted it.
うわ、店長ひどい。
作った本人によって、リアクションが違うんだね、店長。By the way, I might have slept just now, but I made a new discovery.
新しい発見って？
Mm-hmm. I found a note my ancestors had left
なん
behind.
て書いてあったの？
It mentioned something they regretted. Why is English so hard? Oh my god. こんなに英語ってなんでこうも発音しづらいんだろう。I put that note on the table. Pudding picks it up while Puff and Cherry draws close to her.
どういう意味？
どういう意味でしょうね。
私たちを封印したことに違和感を感じていたけど、村人たちから恨まれるのが怖くて解放しなかったということでしょうか。
ひどい。おかしいって分かってるのにずっと放置するなんて。
私たちを解放するかどうか子孫に決めてもらうつもりだったみたい。
Still, I wonder my ancestor didn't do it until that decision is passed on to me.
どうしてそんなことになっちゃったのよ。
まあ、おかしいですね、確かに。Sorry, they might have given the matter the same consideration as I did at first.
店長が謝ることないわ。そりゃちょっとはムカつくけど、昔のことをどうこう言っても意味ないしね。本当に悪いことをして封印されたんだとしても、間違いだったとしても、今の私たちとは関係ないわ。
Oh, Cherry, I'm surprised by your tolerant attitude.
はあ？じゃあどんな反応すると思ってたのよ。
チェリーの言う通り、過去のことは店長とは関係ない。店長は謝らなくていい。
そうですよ、店長。
もうみんな急に優しいな。Only if you are too kind, I will find it hard to release everyone from the wind chime when the time comes.
そもそも店長にできると思ってないしね。
封印を解除するのがそもそもできるかどうかを知らないのか。You have so little faith in me.
店長のことはよくわかってるから、無理しなくてもいいじゃない。
無理しない。No, I have thought this through. Humans are certainly weak. Just like what happened. まあ今、怪我してるしね。
やっと納得したみたいね。
Yes, I can't protect all of you or look after that wind chime forever. Who's going to look after you if I can encounter a worse mishap? So the only solution is to break the spell on the wind chime. やっぱりこのもしかしたらね、先どうなるのかわからないから、店長は人間だし、この後、なんていうか、不運が訪れて死んじゃう可能性もあるから、その前に不運を解かないといけないみたいな感じですね。This way you could lead your own lives even if I pass away. だね。何気に真面目な話になっちゃいましたね。確かチャプター1、今はチャプター5、第5話かな。今は第5話なんですけど、第1話から第4話までは、結構ね、めちゃめちゃわちゃわちゃっていうか、定番なラブコメみたいな、ラブコメとかコメディかな。定番のコメディ、ラブコメのストーリーではありますね。I tapped the cell phone on the bedside table to check the time. 7:15. Can't sleep. I have to find a solution. Time goes by. Now I'm reading those old books at a quicker pace and my foot has more or less recovered. But I still haven't found a way to break the spell on the wind chime. Each time I see the pile of books I have read at one side, I'd feel a bit despondent. Puddin calls me from behind while I'm lost in thought.
店長、早起きですね。
Yeah, Puddin, you're up early
ト
too.
イレに行きたくなっちゃって。
Then she comes closer.
店長は最初から早起きするつもりだったんですか？
No, I couldn't sleep, so I got up.
無理しないでくださいね。最近毎日早起きして、ここで本を読んでるじゃないですか。
Yeah, but don't worry, I can take it.
何か手がかりはありましたか？
Not yet. I can't even find any mention of the wind chime itself.
これ、私も読んでみていいですか？
Oh? I glanced at the pile of old books. I suppose, can you read them?
はい。
一緒にやる感じですね。てか、そこまでして、まだ何も、ヒントはまだ、日記と、一枚の紙だけだったら、結構いろんな本が置いてあるっていうか、めちゃめちゃありますね、じゃあ。ご先祖様の、私物っていうか、ものが。Puddin picks up a book without a cover before sitting on the floor. Then she flips through the old book's pages. Her long slender fingers are a wonderful contrast to the yellow pages, reminding me of a white butterfly flying through the fallen leaves. それ読めるの？それで。
店長、前にベッドの下に隠してあった本で読んだんですけど、水に2人の血液を垂らして混ざり合うかどうかで血縁同士が確かめるっていうのは間違いなんですよね。
Yeah, it's wrong from a scientific perspective. Why do you ask? Puddin points up to a paragraph in the
こ
book.
こです。血の力について、異なる血液はそれぞれ異なった血の力を持ち、婚姻と継承によりその力を伝えることができる。
These old books really contain all types of mumbo jumbo. I wonder whether it was an anecdote my ancestor collected in his travels, or he wrote it in himself. Sometimes I think that people's beliefs back then can be quite absurd when I read through those texts. I'm not too sure how to explain this concept on blood inheritance myself. People in the past used to have stronger communal bonds, so they might have believed that family members possessed many common traits, especially blood. Pudding looks up at me questioningly.
血を垂らして
What?
血縁関係を確かめるのが間違ってるなら、ここに書かれていることも間違いですよね。
Yes, modern science believes a person's relationship with others can only be affirmed through DNA testing. Blood may vary among different people, but we can't count on that to determine the actual extent of a relationship.
店長は本の内容が正しいとか間違ってるとか、どうやって判断してるんですか？
Well, I was more interested in learning about the wind chime. These written texts aren't relevant, so I just skipped through
な
them.
るほど。
Pudding lowers her head and goes back to read the book. Nevertheless, the idea is still rather popular to this day. Many novels and movies would often portray a person with supernatural powers who shares the same blood with a particular ancestor from legends.
でも血がつながっているからといってその人の能力を受け継げるわけじゃないんでしょ？
Of course, novel and movies are works of fiction that come under artistic or entertainment media. They don't need to provide any scientific basis for that purpose.
だから店長も先祖の力は受け継いでいないって言いたいんですか？
I pause for a moment. Perhaps my ancestors sealed all of you inside the wind chime, whereas I can't seal anything at all. I may be his descendant, but if he didn't teach me how to carry that out, I can't simply do that whenever I like.
それもそうですね。
だから、ご先祖様は、まあそういう感じの、なんていうか、まあ霊媒師じゃないか、陰陽師みたいな人なんですけど、まあ主人公はそのご先祖との同じ血液同じブラッドラインから来ていても、別になんていうか、封印とかそういう感じのやり方を知らなければ、まあできるは言えないってことだね。Pudding smiles at me. So I don't think my ancestor could carry that out because he had special powers that are passed from generation to generation. He probably found a consistent way to do it, but I haven't discovered it yet.
店長はずっとそれを調べてたんですね。
Yeah, I thought this place should have spell books and such, but as you can see, I turned to look at the huge pile of books I finished. Most of them are about metaphysics. Their ideas have been debunked for a long time ago by modern science, so they are useless.
でも風鈴や私たちのことも科学で説明できるんですか？
Well, not yet, but it will get there eventually. There are so many mysteries in this world because we don't know a lot of things.
店長の科学への信仰は揺らぎませんね。
Not really. Let's say that we have to rely on metaphysics to solve our problems. Does that mean I can't solve them by working hard myself?
あ、なるほど。
メタフィジックスって何？日本語だと。メタフィジックス。ちょっと翻訳しますね。 刑事上、刑事、刑事上学。刑事上学上学何それわかりまへん。よいしょ。じゃあ戻りましょう。Puddin seems to have realized something. お、何 Do you understand everything I told you so far?
よくわからないですけど、でも自分の努力でどうにかしたいっていうのはすごく店長らしいなって。
I might have exaggerated a bit. Anyways, spouting abstract theories won't solve anything either. Let's return to our books. I scratched my head in embarrassment. Pudding begins to flip through another book on the floor. I haven't read this book yet. Remember to put it back when you
わ
finish.
かりました。迷惑にならないようにしますね。
We stop talking afterwards. The room is quiet except for the occasional sound of pages being turned. I look out the window. It's already dawn. The others may have gotten up from bed. Time for a break, I guess.
あれ、このページ全部破った跡がありますよ。
確かに刑事上学は説明が難しい。ね。ただ、言いたいのはさっきメタフィジックスって書いてあって、メタフィジックスで全部をベースに全部を解決しようとするとなんかめんどいとかそういう感じのやつだから、メタフィジックスに全部頼らないで自分の努力でどうにかなるっていうセリフがあるんですよ。だからメタフィジックスがどうこうとかそういう感じの説明がこれって何なのかだけだよね。わからなかったのが。で、今ね、これはこっちの今読んでる本になんか破ったページがありますね。Puddin seems to have found something unusual inside the book she's reading. What did you find?
店長、これを見てください。
Puddin shows me the pages. If they are not evil monsters, pardon and release them. I read each of them. At 12th month of the lunar year, day 12, I informed everyone in town and sent 2 monsters back into the forest. 12th month of the lunar year, day 18, I informed everyone in town and sent a monster back to where it came from. They seem to list the monsters he released.
店長のご先祖は捕まえた妖怪を解放していたということでしょうか。
Yeah, it seems so. I wonder why. I find that diary and compare the pages with their torn edges on the book. They match perfectly. これが日記からの破っていたページみたいですね。Just as I thought, these pages were torn from here.
妖怪を解放したことを人に知られたくなかったんでしょうか。
知られたくなかったって言ってるけど、さっき日記で、タウンというか、町のみんなに伝えて、この二人の、妖怪を解放したとか言ってなかった？ But why? Why did he inform the townsfolk yet he kept his descendants in the dark about it. Perhaps my ancestor didn't tear off the pages someone else did that instead? あ、そういうこと？だから、ご先祖様は普通に、みんなを解放した道を選んだんだけど、ご先祖様以外の人が、それを気に入らなくて、その日記を破ったっていうこと？ Since he released so many monsters, how come the three of them weren't released, even though they look harmless? And what does the note with the phrase, I'll leave it up to the descendants mean? Anyway, let's prepare breakfast first, if it's done already. Cherry and Puff should be up soon. I shake my head in an attempt to clear all that confusing information.
私も手伝います。
Cherry and Puff groggily enters the kitchen soon after we finish preparing
あれ
breakfast.
店長、もう杖はいいの？
Yes, my leg is much better now. Come, sit down and have breakfast. I'll serve everyone their noodles and take a seat. Why aren't you eating?
箸一本でどうやって食べるつもりなの？
I realize I'm holding one chopstick upon hearing her reminder. I was wondering why I couldn't pick up theぼーっとしてますな。I'm a bit absent-minded because I've been thinking about the torn pages in that diary.
大丈夫ですか？ちゃんと休んだ方がいいんじゃ。
焦ってもしょうがないでしょ。店長の気持ちはすごくありがたいけど、無理して万が一体でも壊したら、私たちはどういう気持ちになると思う？
How would all of you feel? Probably the same as me right now.
私たちも店長みたいになれって。
Of course not. Never mind. I'll make it a point to rest more. If that really happens, all my efforts would be wasted. It won't happen again. By the way, pudding also helped with today's breakfast. Can you feel the taste?
そうなの？店長、料理担当の立場すら危うくなってきたじゃない。
ほとんど店長が作ってくれたんだよ。私は見てただけで。
不細工な店長が料理作ってるの見て何が面白いのよ。
Hey, you said I'm ugly, but how many people have you seen so far to form your basis of comparison?
私が見た人たちの中では、そこまで上位には入らないと思う。
I wonder if what are the guys you have seen?
店長をからかっちゃダメだよ。確かにちょっとクズだけど、本気で仕事してる時の背中は魅力的だと思うな。
めちゃめちゃクズと背中を強調してました、プリンちゃん。Miss Pudding, you really are an angel. You would be even better if you didn't emphasize the words come in my back. 確かに強調してましたね、さっき。
無表情の時は悪くないけど、怒ったりするともう悲惨よね。
黙ってれば人並みだと思う。
なるほど。Okay, stop talking about my appearance. Hurry up with your meal and get to work. We haven't restocked for a week because of my leg injury. I should make a trip to the wholesaler today. That's why I didn't return to Grandpa's room to read. I go with Cherry and the rest to open the store instead.
よし、これでいいわ。今日もいっぱい稼げますように。
Cherry is standing happily amongst the shelves filled with a variety of eye-catching stuff. Now I realize my store has a larger amount of products for sale. By the way, we're using whose ears today?
今日の掲示板はチェリーの耳の番ですね。
Cherry enthusiastically goes outside and replaces the long rabbit ears with tiny fox ears on the notice board.
見て見て、かわいいでしょ？
Of course, all of you are lovely.
適当なんだから。
Cherry purses her lips in disapproval. I didn't think any less of you when I said I was ugly. You should be grateful. When you said I was ugly, you should be grateful.
私はいつだって可愛いもの。店長に見る目がないだけね。
まあ、可愛いは、まあ、同意ですね。Fine, fine, get down to business. Put in, what's on sale today?
カップ麺とラティアオです。
ラキアオ? Whoa. My cell phone rings when I'm about to write the discount offers on the notice board. Hello? Mr. Lin, I'm Mr. Lee, the wholesaler you visited the other day. Is your leg okay now? Thank you for your timely help that day. I've already recovered. Still, I'm terribly sorry for leaving so much stuff lying around at my place. No, I was too careless, so don't feel bad about it, Mr. Lee. Oh, by the way, we just brought in a fresh stock of pastries. Would you like to come over and take a look? Fresh pastries? What is the price? That is negotiable. When are you coming over to see them? We can decide on the price when you're here. Okay, I'm thinking of dropping by to order some stuff anyway. I'll come once I have opened my store for the day. Alright, see you later then. He hangs
もう
up.
出かけていいわよ。
Cherry is pushing me outside with zest. Seems she has overheard the conversation.
お店のことは心配いりませんから、店長は安心して出かけてきてください。
You sound as if I'm no longer needed at the store. I feel sad.
店番は店長の仕事じゃないですから、仕入れ先とのやりとりこそ店長の仕事ですよね。
そうよ。早くお菓子を持って帰ってみんなで味見しましょう。
They are for sale, not for you to eat. みんなに食べるためのものじゃないね。
味見してみないとお客さんが欲しがるかどうかわからないでしょ。
Fine, I'll go there and look at the pastries. Help me look at the store, will you?
任せて。
いってらっしゃい。
I'm full of sweat by the time I arrive at the wholesale food district under the morning sun. These are the cakes. Don't they look promising? It's made from yogurt through a new process. Mr. Lee has been waiting for me at his shop. He rushed over to promote his mini castellas in earnest the minute he saw me. That's true, they look quite appetizing. May I try it? Certainly, go ahead. The wholesaler takes 2 cakes and gives one to me. Then he splits the other one into 2 before popping a piece into his mouth. It's delicious. This one has a yogurt filling inside, so it has a moist texture and a sweet, refreshing taste compared to ordinary baby castellas. Yeah, these are honey castellas. Don't you find it sweet without being too greasy? Since they are also good for one's health, I'd usually take a few for my meals whenever I'm too busy. Have you sold any of these pastries to other stores before me? How did it go? Nope, should you decide to sell them, you will be the first. Oh, I'm the first one to sell them? Yeah, Mr. Lin. Mr. Lin, your shop is doing well lately, so I hope you can help me promote these cakes. Of course, I will give you a good deal if you won't find anywhere else. I stare at the boxes of cakes laid in front of me. They don't come in bulk, such that I don't think a large enterprise produced them. Alright, I'll let you in on a little secret. Actually, one of my relatives made these castellas at his store. I thought they were great, so I invested some money into upgrading his assembly line. Now he can mass produce them, but we lack the distribution channels, so I'd like to ask for your help in this regard. Shinseki ka. I see, but my shop is a small one, so I can't guarantee that the cakes will sell well, you know. Don't say that. Your shop is quite famous now. Many tourists from other provinces would make a special trip there to see what it offers. I believe the cakes will definitely sell well if you promote them in your store, but if you're concerned that my products aren't good enough, I won't force you either. No, actually, I'm also sourcing for some niche products. After all, my store only has the commonly available items, so it isn't that different from other convenience stores. I see. That's really great then. Let's go over the distribution in detail now. Good. I'll book a table for us to discuss further on this. Oh, what's the occasion? We can grab a beer too. Take it as a form of apology from me. Oh. Mr. Lee gives me a lift back to the convenience store after the meal. Cherry pops her head out of the glass doors before rushing out on seeing me return. なんか音楽止まったよ。
店長、どうだった？新しいお菓子は。
Okay. Look. I smugly take one of the baby castellas for sampling out of my bag, then I wave it around to Cherry.
早くちょうだい。
Wanna eat? She's following my hand and even shaking her tail just like a starving fox begging to be fed.
店長、バッチが当たるよ。
そうだね。Puff came from somewhere and grabbed my wrist.
どれどれ
She snatches the mini castella and swallows it in one gulp.
甘酸っぱくて悪くない。小さすぎるけどね。
シュークリーム。
Cherry is in tears after watching Puff snatch the cake right in front of her.
このバカグマ、もっと味わって食べなさいよ。
欲しいなら自分で奪ってみれば、バカキツネ。なんなら吐いてあげようか。
Puff draws her face close to Cherry on purpose.
あんたね。
No, that's enough. I have more.
ちょうだい。
Cherry snatches the second cake the minute I take it out. Then she bolts into the convenience store like a small fox that just obtained its food after going without it for a long while. Puff, you have gone too far this time, you know.
店長に言われたくない。
Whatever, let's go in.
おかえりなさい、
確かに。
店
もう確かにね、行き過ぎちゃったね、今のは。お互い。Puddin is tittering from behind the checkout counter when we step inside the store. Why are you laughing?
わからないんですか？
I just entered the shop. What's so funny about it?
さっきの店長の顔、ひどすぎて。
いや、わかるわけないやろ。Puddin, you're really naughty. Guess you can't have one of these baby castellas.
今朝も店長のことフォローしたのに、店長って恩知らずなんですね。
Well, that's true, Rioka. 普通に仕返しされたね。仕返しというか。I put a castella between Puddin's ears.
結局この商品を売ることにしたんですか？
Puddin takes the cake and begins to nibble at it. Of course, I have reached an agreement with the wholesaler. He'll supply 3 boxes of freshly made ones every 3 days. The first batch will arrive with the other goods I've ordered later today.
ちょっと背伸びしすぎじゃないですか？この商品2週間しか日持ちしないみたいですよ。
What about it? You're worried that we can't sell these items?
これまでの販売実績だと、この手の菓子製品が1箱売れるのに 平均で3週間はかかってますよ。
Are you serious? It's so poor?
そうですよ。店長、ちゃんと帳簿を確認してますか？
I did every day.
後で一緒に対策を考えましょう。
Should I appoint Purin as the store manager? なんか、ストーリー的にだんだん店長が無能扱いされてますよね。The wholesaler brought the goods by truck on schedule later in the afternoon. Puff and I are checking the stuff that arrived at the storage
こ
area.
の3つは何？
Puff is pointing at the 3 additional paper boxes. Oh, I forgot to add them to the list. They contain the baby castellations snatched from Cherry earlier. We need to display them in a prominent position as a new product for sale. How should we go about doing it?
入り口の近くの棚にチョコが2列置いてあるから1列開けてそこにこれを置けばいいと思う。
店長が物扱いはさね、なんかだんだんこう何もできない人みたいな立場になってますね。なんかまあドジというか結構やらかしというか、さっきもねプリンとのやりとりはこのこのミニカステラを販売しようとしてるので3日でボックスが3つ届いてるんですけど、その1箱を売るのにそういうなんかお菓子系は今までこれ1箱を売るのに3ヶ月じゃない3週間がかかってたのに、こういう3日で3つのボックスが届いてるっていうことは結構きついかもしれないっていうLet's do it then. Puff turns around to look at the 3 boxes again though. What's
な
wrong?
んでもない。味を思い出してただけ。
You want to eat them? They're for sale, so you can't do that.
ちょっと甘くて懐かしい味がした。
That's normal. Everyone has eaten some form of sweet pastries when they were
で
small.
も他の甘いお菓子とは違う。
Of course, that's because they contain honey.
蜂蜜？
そっかそっか。シュークリームはクマだから、そういう、あれかな？まあそういうイメージがついてるから、多分そういう特徴にしてるんじゃないかな。クマだからって。Puff is lost in thought.
なるほど。
Why? What does the honey remind you of?
何か思い出せたのかな。
What should I do? What is she thinking? We head over to the store to display the mini castellas after sorting out the goods in the storage area.
チョコをどこへやるの？
Yes, we need the space to put the pastries here.
もうあれ売るの？
Yes, you should work hard to promote
い
them.
っぱい売れたら私も食べていい？
Sure, I'll keep some for you if you do your job well.
店長が急に優しくなるなんてなんか変な感じね。
さっきは商品だから食べちゃダメって言ったのに、チェリーにはそう言わないんだ。
Puff suddenly cuts in while she is displaying the
店
goods.
長は私のことが一番好きなんだから当然じゃない。
Oh, of course not. I didn't plan to say that to Cherry alone. But if you do your job well, you'll get the same reward too.
これ並べ終わったらよくできたって思う？
Of
な
course.
ら1個もらう。
Huh? Wait. I hear her to stop Puff when she turns around to take a cake from the
じゃあ
shelf.
私も1個もらうわ。
Stop! How troublesome. They're working now, don't touch them. Well, what would our customer think if they see both of you behaving like this? I'll distribute some to all of you after work.
店長が怒ってる。
怒ってる店長にも慣れた。約束ちゃんと守ってね。
Of course. Since when did I ever break a promise? Sorry, what? So 言っちゃダメなやつだよな。Off places the baby Castella back on the shelf before returning to the storage area. Why do these two girls like them so much? What magic do these mini pastries possess? Cherry, you should also... What's wrong? Nanda? Albert urged Cherry to go to get back to work, but she's staring at the shelf for some reason. You can eat them later. Why are you crying? 泣いてる?
泣くって
Cherry instinctively touches her cheeks.
おかしいな。どうして私泣いてるんだろう。
何か思い出してるのかな? Yes, what's wrong? Was I too harsh on you just now? I think I was just reasoning with them. I didn't raise my voice that much.
違う。店長のせいじゃない。私のせい。なぜだかわからないけど、このベビーカステラを見てたら、たくさん並べてあるのを見てたら、頭の中に何かが浮かんできて、すごく優しくて懐かしくて、でも怖いの。苦しくて胸が痛くて、よくわからないけど自分が自分じゃなくなりそうで。
Did you remember something unpleasant? なんか嫌な思い出が浮かんできたのかな? これは Puff was also lost in thought when she saw these cakes earlier. Perhaps these pastries really have something to do with her past?
わからない。掴みたいのに、でもどうしても掴めなくて、悲しい気持ちでいっぱいになって、何も考えられなくて。店長、私役立たずだよね。自分の過去なのに全然思い出せないの。涙を流すばっかりで、何一つ店長の役にも立ててなくて。
Don't say that. The three of you have helped me a lot.
店長がそういうのは分かってる。でも
I mean it. All of you are very important. Family members to me. 私にとっては家族だ。って感じですね。Yes, I have already regarded them as part of my family.
家族。
Yes, if everyone vanishes on me one day, I will cry my heart out.
本当？なら、そんなことは起きない方がいいわね。
It won't. I will not allow that.
だって店長の泣き顔なんて一番ひどいに決まってるもの。
Well, I won't be as cute as you, that's for sure.
でもそこが店長のいいところよ。私は大丈夫だから、店長も仕事に戻って。
急に立ち回ったな。Cherry skips away. Is she really alright?
ね、店長は魅力的だって言ったでしょ。
Jat! Jat! Puddin suddenly came up from behind, leading me to jump in fright. Puddin, aren't you supposed to be at the checkout counter?
でも店長とチェリーの様子がおかしかったので見に来たんです。
Mm-hmm.
店長は私たちのことを家族だと思ってくれてるんですね。
Yes, what's wrong with that? I still regard all of you as a family, no matter how you may feel about it.
いいえ、店長がそう言うなら私もそれでいいと思います。さて、
Mm-hmm.
私はレジに戻りますね。家族になった責任ちゃんと取ってくださいね。
なんかそういう言われ方すると、なんかちょっと違う形の家族みたいな感じですな。Fine. Now that I remember what I said, I'm really embarrassed. まあ、そうだね。After we've closed the store for the night, Cherry, Puddin, Puff, and I gather at the living room for a meeting. As we all know, the mini pastries don't have a long shelf life, so we have to sell them as soon as possible.
試しに食べてもらったらいいんじゃない？
That's a good idea, but how are we going to get all those people outside to come for the promotion?
外に試食用のカステラを展示して、私がみんなに呼びかければいいんじゃない？
If so, we don't have anyone to show customers around the store.
なら店内の案内はシュークリームにやってもらえばいいですよ。シュークリームならいつも商品の補充をしてるので配置にも詳しいはずですし、店長は倉庫の担当をお願いしますね。
私が接客するの？人と話すのはあまり得意じゃない。
シュークリームだってこんなに可愛いのにずっと倉庫に引きこもってちゃもったいないよ。お客さんにも見せてあげなきゃ。
そうよ。ちょっとバカっぽいところもあるけど、シュークリームなら店長みたいに顔でお客さんを怖がらせたりしないもの。
Hey, what are you saying? I still look rather
チ
good.
ェリーの方こそ本物のバカじゃない。私は人と話すのが面倒なだけ。
へえ、じゃあ証明してみせてよ。
まあまあ、それでいきましょう。少なくとも店長が顔を出してコンビニが潰れるよりいいですから。
辛辣。辛辣。めちゃめちゃ痛い今の言葉は。
店のことを思えばこそですよ。
Perhaps I should take a back seat.
明日も頑張りましょうね。10万元売り上げたら店長があの赤い飲み物をくれるんだから。
Crimson drink.
タバコとお酒の棚に置いてある。すごく綺麗だからきっと美味しいと思う。
みんなまだそのワインにこだわってるんだね。You mean that red wine? I've already forgotten about it. I'm surprised that she's still pinning for it all this while though.
肝心なのは値段よ。
値段？Cherry's looking at us
こ
complacently.
れまで食べたお菓子とは桁違いなんだから。
高いの？それは気になるかも。
プリン、売り上げはいくらになった？
もうかなりワインに近づいたはずだよ。
Puddin arrives at the conclusion after some calculations.
あともう一息だと思う。
Why do you like that red wine so much? What if someone buys it tomorrow?
その心配はないわ。非売品って伝えるから。それに
And
実
what?
はもうそうしてたりしてね。さあ早く寝て、明日は早起きするわよ。絶対飲ませてもらうんだから。
商売妨害してるやんけ。Cherry skips towards her room after saying it. I shake my head helplessly. Sleep early tonight. We need to prepare for the promotion tomorrow.
おやすみなさい、店長。
チェリーってば、眠れなくならなきゃいいけど。
I stretch myself as they return to their room. So we're getting close to 100,000. If not for them, this number would only be a dream to me. そうだね。OK? これで、チャプター、新しいチャプターになったのかな？ちょっと待ってね。こっちを見て、これだね。まあ、本来だったら、これでまた一チャプターを進むっていう形なんだけど、今日はもうすぐ、10時、こっちだともうすぐ10時なので、今日はね、早めに配信を止めたい。配信をお開きしたいと思います。ここでセーブして、はい。というわけで、今日はここまでにします。次の日曜日は、まだ曖昧なんだけど、やるとしたら同じ時間で、次からはチャプター6かな？第6話から続けていきたいと思います。ここまで来ると、さすがにもうね、後半になってくるから、また先の、なんかシリアスな感じもまた続くんじゃないかなって予想しています。So, yeah, since we've got this far, it's, normally I would read another chapter, but for now I want to, stop a little bit early just because, and for next week, I don't know if I can, but if I do continue it, it's going to be starting from chapter 6, and I don't know if it's going to be long, but you know, if I can, maybe I can, read until the end. I'm not sure, but yeah, it depends on that. It depends on the day. はい、というわけで今日はね、ここまでにして、ということは、今からはですね、皆さんのお名前をお呼びして、今回の配信をお開きとさせてください。まずは上からですね、あつきさん来てくださってありがとうございます。そして、おんちゃん来てくださってありがとうございます。ございましたございますどっちそして、パルセイさん来てくださってありがとうございました。そして、ふもじかさん来てくださってありがとうございました。ふもじかさん来てくださってありがとうございます。いろはにポテトさん来てくださってありがとうございました。コンビさん来てくださってありがとうございました。なんか2回言っちゃった気がするんだけど、気にしないでおこう。そして、皆さん見てくださった皆様、アーカイブで見てくださった皆様、本当にありがとうございます。Okay, everyone, thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll just end the stream now. 今日の配信はこれにてお開きとなります。皆さん本当にお疲れ様でした。おんちゃんお疲れ様でした。はい、お疲れ様でした。また次の配信でお会いしましょう。この後はもしかしたら誰かの配信にお邪魔するかもしれないので、そちらもね、後で、出演できたら出演するって、ツイートで言いますので、よろしくお願いします。はい。というわけでお疲れ様でした。また次の配信でお会いしましょう。お疲れ様でした。
本当に行くの？